What's up, guys? Welcome back to the MontyVerse. We're excited because today we get to check out Season 2 of My Adventures with Superman. My surprise hit of last year, I ended up loving this show.
It was definitely a surprise for me, but in a year that had some really solid shows, it was such a blast.
In my personal opinion, it ended up becoming one of the most perfect modern adaptations of the character of Superman and his relationship with his earthly companions, and I really just love it.
I know, and honestly, it feels like it's been an eternity, so it's crazy that we're here now.
I'm so excited. Nick, are you ready to jump into Season 2?
Yes.
Alright, guys, starting My Adventures with Superman, Season 2, Episode 1, right now. Whoa!
It's so bright and vibrant.
Ugh, I love a metropolis that loves Superman. It's so good after last season where they were like...
Yeah, he was on shaky ground. No.
It's the Children of the Corn.
What a crossover. Oh, it's him.
Am I not your son?
Aww.
You're not their son, and you'll never be human.
Revenge you. There is another like you.
Ooh.
Out of time.
Oh, shit!
Oh, so that means we're getting Kara.
Yes. Okay, so that's picking up on the Zod tease from last season. Yeah, let's see. Is it still the same? I love this opening.
It's a great opening. Aww.
Oh, they're gonna be new villains, I wonder?
I don't remember.
I think there are a couple in the background.
Okay.
Yeah!
Aww. Oh,
Yes.
Do not knock it over. Especially next to a tablet.
I feel like we've all had those days. Aww.
The coffee? Love you, Clark.
Aww. I think I'm gonna be saying that a lot.
Ooh.
Yeah, things ended a little...
Oh, the morning pitch meeting. I'm late!
Oh, shoot!
Yeah.
Next day, everyone, and you get a card, and
Yeah, Jimmy.
you better believe I've got a card for my...
I like my coworkers. That's a lot of effort. Aww.
As I'm now one of the bosses at the Daily Planet, head of the Flamebird video division,
Whoa.
money is no object.
What?
What are you alone?
I mean, we remember this, though.
Yeah, but that's wild.
I'm gonna pick up Lois's favorite ramen. Extra spicy for her, mild for me.
Aw,
Yes!
that's such a Clark.
Watch the sunset.
Oh, that's really
They
cute.
have great taste.
He's such a dork.
That's it! I, Cat Grant, cannot let this stand! Everyone, quickly! Grand romantic gesture is the only way to go!
That's very cat rat.
Card guy for you.
It's also not the only way to go.
I can call my card guy for you.
Can you read my mind?
Absolutely not!
Oof.
While it lasted.
What's with these older adults treating him this way?
Right?
Sure it will.
I love this Perry.
Anywhere. Valentine's Day is canceled.
What?
What?
I don't think he has that authority.
Vicky Vale of the Gotham Gazette has scooped us on every major news story for months.
Death from above! My Hank is the
Whoa.
Star Labs, the space research group. According to him, they've been tracking an unusual meteor
Looks like Hal Jordan.
I was gonna say, do you know?
orbit
I've never heard him called Hank before.
This is what I'm talking about, people. Lane, Kent, you're on this.
Why aren't they
Oh,
panicking?
I know who that is. Never mind. That's Hank Henshaw, isn't it?
To help you out?
Aw, Perry. Pear.
Don't call me that.
But Flamebird is a one-man show. This man.
Just make sure. Well, back to work.
I love how he has the bird sound effect. This is amazing.
Also, wouldn't they be more concerned about, the Earth?
I mean, this shit happens every day in Metropolis.
Fair.
Hey, you okay?
No! What should I do about tonight? Everyone thought my plan.
Boring? A great way to end your relationship?
He's
Love
ready
the
for us.
show.
Come on!
So much. It's so good.
It is.
That spaceship. You should be begging me to work.
Whoa, it's Lex.
We're not supposed to know that yet.
But that's his name.
Metropolis.
His name is Alex.
Oh, sorry. I was off by a letter.
Hey, man. It'll be okay.
I think everyone assumed that last season.
About Superman.
Look at the colors he's wearing.
And find the people who will help you make those dreams a reality.
Did Jimmy just inspire Lex Luthor?
Yes.
Jimmy Olsen.
Alex. Jimmy, come on.
Ah!
I love how they're just for a season and a half. They just keep teasing.
I wish we could catch up, but I'm leaving soon. Flying the wife to Paris.
Whoa.
Gestures are the only way to go, right, pal?
What?
We did manage to get a picture of it before it blipped out over Antarctica. Here.
Whoa, the blip.
Oh, Kryptonian.
Sorry. It's not a meteoroid, it's my spaceship.
What?
What?
How do you know?
His?
I saw the man I think is my father.
The alien hologram?
Oh.
There's kryptonite in there, remember? Someone needs to keep you safe.
And I'll
Yeah. You just spent $1 million?
Yes, but he can now.
My God, this is... I love this show.
The branding.
It doesn't feel quite right.
I mean, it's worth it
Mm-hmm.
for the branding. Oh, are we? Is this the origin of the fortress? Solitude?
Whoa. Ooh.
Whoa.
You! But how?
What is happening?
Tell me what's going on.
This is the fortress, right?
We're we're just, so much is happening.
Yeah, never mind.
Clark! Clark!
He must be inside the fortress.
Yeah.
Look!
Oh.
Oh.
It's crazy. I wonder if the snowmobile came with the plane.
Wait, how's it floating?
It's alien technology. I've come to assume that we can assume nothing.
That's fair.
Clark do that?
Oh. Maybe not Clark.
Oh.
Oh.
Ow.
I love it.
He was already stressed out about Valentine's Day, and now this happens.
Wait,
Wait, why would you tell her that?
You forgot?
Oh no.
Wasn't there a hallway here a second ago?
Oh, sentries.
Which question would you like me to answer first?
Oh.
Your father.
In life?
And then you buried me and refused to speak to me for
So, you know, typical child stuff.
had conquered and spread across the stars like a disease until we found an enemy
Oh shit.
would survive.
Okay, this is a very modern interpretation of the fall of Krypton.
The ship you saw was a dead remnant, an unmanned ghost ship running on autopilot.
Ooh.
Kryptonians aren't coming back?
The Kryptonians are dead.
Oh.
Kal-El, you and your cousin.
Ooh.
What? Oh, so she was also sent as a baby. That's a little different too.
Cute.
I'm not alone.
He has the big,
Oh.
Surume anime eyes.
I know.
The ship's Brainiac system is trying to isolate the kryptonite in one...
Brainiac, see? That is Brainiac. Okay.
And the Brainiac system is using too much energy to expel the invaders.
Lois and Jimmy, they aren't in-
Oh no.
You brought them. Then what about the others?
What?
What?
Oh.
Others.
There's others.
How did everyone get to Antarctica so fast?
They all have money?
Isn't it like, shouldn't it be Valentine's Day now? Oh! Hank.
General.
Wait, that's not Hank.
I was gonna say.
Excellent work, Damage.
Damage.
And get it done before the next shift.
That's a character from the comics.
Play with. We can
Played.
finally take out Superman.
If Sam had done his duty and exterminated the alien, we wouldn't have to be in Antarctica.
We'll finish the job.
It's not enough.
Oh.
We're not ready for full-scale invasion, not with the level of tech we have.
I mean, he should have seen them.
When we're back at HQ, I'll get him to tell us
Oh my god. Do they have no peripheral?
No, well, he has one eye, to be fair.
Have my dad.
Not again.
Oh, get wrecked, Slade. That was very convenient.
Yes.
Hey!
Oh.
Explain this again. You brought your mate here. Human mate who does not have any.
Not now, Dad.
He's so snarky right now.
Dad, I was chasing you.
Aw,
If I had done this to your mother,
this is amazing.
very grand romantic gesture to make.
You too.
This is taking too long.
This show is so good.
Would
Can
Jorl
hold off the
ever
next
say
ship,
that?
but you'll only
Yes.
have a moment. Go.
Yes, Jarrell would definitely say that. Jarrell would definitely shame Clark.
Alright, that's amazing.
Who the heck are you?
Oh!
Stay away from my friends.
Nice.
Superman. Thank you.
Superman.
Superman.
Take you down.
Oh, Jesus. Oh!
Ow.
Oh no, it's a room full of kryptonite.
Oh.
Is that all you got?
Oh shit.
What's happening?
Oh no, they're gonna find kryptonite.
Something that just took down Superman. Get it!
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, nice shot. Take that, Slade. Get it, Jimmy.
Yeah, do it, Jimmy.
Ugh.
Oh, nice.
Good job, guys.
This is my ship, and you're trespassing.
Nice.
Oh.
Not anymore.
Oh!
Jorrell, what a papa.
Yeah. Whoa. He's a literal ghost in the machine.
Ha.
Get out of here, you jerks. Oh, okay, so it's the
Yeah.
fortress. It looks really cool. That score, this score is really good. Wow. That's iconic.
Except that's a really long way up.
No! I forgot to post on Flamebird.
I'll wait with Clark.
Aww.
Now this is a grand romantic gesture.
Yeah,
If
except
there is
hopefully he doesn't make her walk that.
Dad, get out of here.
This ship's communication beacon was destroyed, but there is another. Way sent here 22 years ago. Find it, and use it to find Kara. You are more than I could have ever hoped for.
No.
You'll forgive me for leaving you again.
Oh, I just got chills. We're so spoiled with great dialogue and animation lately. It's crazy.
I
Lois, does it ever bother you that I'm not human?
Does it ever bother you that I am?
know.
You are perfect the way you are. Hold on.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, it's the Aurora David Borealis. Have I used that joke before? I feel like I have.
I don't know.
I have something I need to ask you.
I've got something I need to talk to you about too.
Please help me save my dad. I know it's a lot to ask.
I'd do anything for you, Lois.
Oh.
Thank you.
It can wait. This is more important.
Oh my god.
Okay, I feel like that's a little toxic putting...
Because
Like,
there's
Clark's
nothing
gotta-
we can't handle together.
Oh, shit.
Ah.
All the time in the world.
Well, that's foreboding.
Yes. Oh, a new ending.
Oh, I like that. Go back. I want to see who the voice cast was, if you don't mind. Please.
No, I want to see it too. But that
Man.
that
This
flew by.
This show did not miss a beat. It's crazy.
It really is, but I freaking loved it.
Okay, so that was Max Middleman again as Hank Henshaw. I thought the voice sounded familiar. His Alex sounds so different from his Hank. It's actually pretty crazy.
Yeah.
All right, pretty much everyone's pretty much, we have it's a small cast and they reuse a lot of people. So obviously the main cast from last season, no really huge guest star, I think.
Right. It was pretty much everyone we've seen before besides Hank.
Yeah, who was Max Middleman, who voices Alex, not Lex Luthor, even though they spoiled it in the trailer.
Oh, I didn't see the trailer.
Oh, okay. I
think we knew as far back as his debut episode.
It was the number one theory we had going into season 2. I mean, I'm pretty sure we weren't the only ones. I'm pretty sure that was everyone's theory going into season 2.
I think that's what everyone thought when he debuted.
And the fact that they're blatantly putting him in purple and green now. They're basically putting a neon sign on him saying, hey, this guy's Lex Luthor.
And not to mention the cutaway before you could say his last name.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
My name is Alex. Anyway, fantastic episode as always. This show has not missed a beat.
No.
It's fantastic.
I love this. It felt like it literally flew by.
I see what you did there. On the $1 million Flamebird jet.
Man, I wish I could just drop $1 million for a branded jet.
Just throw a sick jet. Anyway, I love what we're going this season because season 1, I think the big aspect of that season was Clark trying to find his place on Earth.
Yeah.
He's different. He's an alien, but who is he season 1 was very much the discovery of like who is Clark Kent, and can Clark Kent have a normal life on Earth with these people? And the ending of that season was a very fantastic finale, the Thanksgiving episode, where he kind of says, like, this is my home. I'm Clark Kent. Now season 2, where it's the inverse of that. It's the human Clark Kent rediscovering the Kryptonian aspects of himself, which I think is fantastic storytelling. And I'm so excited.
Yeah. Well, and what I like about this episode is, well, one, I just loved it in general. But two, it wasn't I'm trying to think of the best way to phrase it that doesn't make me sound dumb. It was a nice segue into the story where it didn't throw a bunch of stuff at us at once. It started off like a little low key, but with some very major reveals. But it did it in such a well paced manner that I feel like it's been so long since the last season, but it feels like we're right back in, and it feels like a great debut for this continuation.
Yes, this show what it does, I think what season 1 did fantastically, that this episode continues to do, is it throws a lot at us, but nothing that feels forced, nothing that gets in the way of the narrative that it's trying to tell.
Like digestible.
Yeah, it's all super digestible. It all fits in the grand scheme of the story. Because again, this show is all about story. And they throw a lot at you, and there's a lot of references, and there's a lot of characters to the grander DC universe, but it all works. They never sacrifice their narrative or the themes that they're trying to cover in sake of, cameo fest. And we're getting a lot more introduced into the Superman lore. Obviously, we're getting Kara. We got I can't remember if they said the word Brainiac in season 1.
I feel like they did, but I could also be biased because you probably did.
Okay. We get the introduction of Kara. We get the more insight into the Brainiac. We get more insight into the fall of Krypton.
Oh my gosh, the babies.
With the babies, the babies. But it's interesting because this is very much a modern retelling of how Krypton felt. Very reminiscent of Superman Earth 1, which was a very popular modern retelling of Superman's story, in which Krypton was in a constant state of war with a different alien race. I don't think we're getting that alien race in this. I think the people who took down Krypton will be revealed to be Brainiac. In the grand scheme of things, because that's what it looked like to me with that blast that killed the Kryptonian we saw in the episode. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. What are your theories? I theorize a lot. Let me know what you guys think.
But that's what I like is this nice, slow relaying of reveals and information. Because the fact that they showed as much as they did, I thought was super engaging because it's a familiar beat with his backstory, but it's still nice just seeing it portrayed and getting just enough information for what is the debut of a multi-part story.
Yes. They slowly peel back the layers.
Yeah.
They never give you too much. They give you just enough to make you want to theorize and to make you want to guess what's going on.
Yeah.
But again, what this episode does fantastically, that the first season did fantastically, is it was carried by the trio, the team of Clark, Lois, and Jimmy. Still fantastic. The voice acting by all 3 actors, phenomenal. I love this cast. It makes me really... This might be my favorite interpretation of that triumvirate.
Yeah.
That threesome of friendship.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because, like, I barely know anything about Jimmy. I feel like there's not a lot of portrayals of, like you said, as a trio within a work that Clark is the lead, but where they get anything even close to equitable, like, attention.
Unfortunately, over the past probably 2 decades, in a lot of Superman media, we have not been given a ton of Jimmy. And the Jimmys that we have gotten, like in the CW verse and stuff, is a very different Jimmy Olsen than what we're used to. So to have the show come back and give us a modern version of the Jimmy that we all know and love is really great, because what makes Jimmy so special is, outside of Lois, who's very much this force of nature and this human that she's more than just Clark's girlfriend. She's more than just Superman's girlfriend. She is a human force that could stand up to Superman in her own way.
And, like, just to backtrack, that's why I loved the episode of The Alternates.
Yeah.
Because that's what, the fact that they address that in a way, again, it's why the show is so good.
Yeah, I mean, Lois is a force of nature that can tame Superman in a way that is just more than romantic. She shows all of the, all that's great about humanity.
Yeah.
And I think that that's a really good pairing. But Jimmy is always supposed to be Clark's other anchor to Earth. He's supposed to show his, like, bring out the Clark. Whereas Lois is formidable to Superman, Jimmy brings out the Clark in the character.
Yeah.
So I think having Jimmy as a part of Clark's story is very important. And you know, the Snyder films, they kind of got rid of that.
Yeah.
And they focused more on, like, the godly Kryptonian aspects of Superman, which is fine, I guess. But to me, what's interesting is that dichotomy.
Yes.
Is the Clark Kent and Superman. Is this god, if you will, who chooses to be of Earth and chooses to be like this dorky journalist, and Jimmy really brings that out, and I think that's why he's important to have in Superman's story.
Yeah. Also, we didn't even talk about just how insanely funny the show is, and just so charming, because a lot of it is, it's not dumb, but it's like a lot of the humor is very silly, but also kind of relatable in a lot of ways. And just kind of seeing the way that they integrate that part to really show his humanity, and hey, he really is someone who is of Earth. It's not like this is all foreign to him. But him just as this awkward young man who's like, what do I do? Girl stuff? Or like...
That, I have to give tremendous props to Jack Quaid. Jack Quaid's performance as Clark Kent and Superman is fantastic. He's not afraid to let this character be vulnerable.
No.
In so many ways. And I think that's what makes Superman... That's what kind of got me into the character of Superman. For the longest time, I never liked the character of Superman. But it's stories like this that really sucked me in, like reading the comics, that showed Superman is just as vulnerable as any other human.
I was gonna say, like, you definitely get that with Reeve, but I feel like especially more modern incarnations, you definitely don't get anything close to kind of this human, kind of dorky, awkward, vulnerable side of him. And in contrast to the godly, all-powerful version. But he gives you both.
Yes. Because when his shirt rips open in this episode, and he goes, "You're on my ship, buddy." Like, I'm like, oh, okay. It's that he flips the switch.
Yeah.
And he flips it so easily. It's so effortless for Jack. And I think he's a tremendous actor in his own right. But his performance, his voice work with Superman, it really makes me kind of wonder what a live-action Jack Quaid Superman would look like.
Oh my... Are you kidding? I'd take this whole damn cast and put them in live action.
It's crazy. I mean, they're so good. Alice Lee is she's such a great Lois.
I know. I mean, I've gushed before about why I'm so excited she's in this. But man, and that's the best part, is when the fact that these actors can disappear into these roles.
Yeah.
And that's what... she's so good.
You want to know what something else I love about this show? They take the smallest scenes, like maybe 3 to 4 seconds of dialogue.
Yeah.
And they use it to inform the characters so well. Like the scene where Clark was talking about his date.
Yes.
Not only does it show like how wholesome and cute and simple of a person he is, but like, I'm going to take her to I'm going to get her favorite ramen. Hers is extra spicy. Mine's mild, of course. And it's just like, that's just so perfect for both of them.
Oh my God. I just gushed at that scene, one, because I would like it. And that's, I think, what we would get personally.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's why we love this show so much, because we see ourselves in these characters.
But that's what effective art does.
Yeah.
Is it makes you feel something for the people that you're watching.
This is, as opposed to, and I think Superman and Lois, from what I've heard, does this extremely well. But what the kind of Snyderverse didn't do is they made this show makes Superman relatable.
Yeah, and by all means, I think Cavill is super talented.
Yeah, Cavill's great. Cavill, I would love to see Cavill do a Superman like this.
Right, and I think there's shades of kind of that vulnerability in some of his portrayal, but it's very lopsided.
Yeah, he was handicapped by the story, and the story very much called for, he's a flawed god, and we worship him, and it's just kind of like, yeah, but,
Yeah,
he's more than that.
He's more than that.
Way more than that.
And I think he had the chops to pull it off.
Let's not talk about that, because people are going to get mad.
But again, we're mostly just saying why this portrayal specifically is so effective.
Yeah, it's more of a comparison, like why this one stands out, why
right,
yeah, why people are so excited to have this show come back.
And to be fair, this is not even just a Snyder problem. This is other portrayals.
No, we're not picking. And again, I think I'm doing a good job of comparing it to the comics and to Superman and Lois and to all interpretations of Superman.
Right.
Because I really think this is special.
Right. I mean, how many decades has this character been around? Obviously, there's going to be a wide variety of interpretations.
Almost a century. That's crazy to think about.
So there's a lot of interpretations that vary in quality and enjoyment.
Yeah, but I think this speaks to our generation.
Yes.
This speaks to a generation that grew up with anime. This speaks to the modern generation. Mm-hmm. This does a really good... It's a great... Like I've been saying, it's a great modern interpretation of the classic stories of Superman.
And I think with the way it tells the story is that it has the ability to appeal to a new audience.
Yes.
I'm not someone who was as familiar, and this feels almost tailor-made for me to get into these characters. And I have tried to recommend it to other people because I feel the same, even if they're not into comics. I've
recommended this show to so many people. I think I've gotten like half the viewership for the show. I cannot recommend this series enough. If you don't understand the character of Superman, if you don't like the character of Superman, I cannot recommend checking out this show enough because this is the version of Superman that really helped me understand the character growing up, like a flawed version, like a human version of the character. Like my favorite versions of Superman are versions that you can relate to, that you can understand. Superman is very much a symbol. He's very much everything we aspire to be as people. And that's what makes the character of Superman special. If you guys like this video, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated on all of our latest content. If you want to check out our other My Adventures with Superman reactions, click the link on the page. And until next time, guys, stay versed.